To begin this week, we will be starting the SALT distribution with a saw leaks from videocards.com about a couple of different graphics cards in the future. For the exact cards in question, the 3080 Ti and the 3070 Ti. Now, who could have had this leak? Well, none other than MSI, the same people caught red-handed shipping 3080 Ti's this time last month. You know, I can understand 3080 Ti's being spotted in shipping, and it seems reasonable, but there seems to be a problem when you have presentations leaking now. Luckily for MSI, there were only two pieces of info relevant to the leaks, one being the design of the backplates of their upcoming cards, which do look nice in my opinion, and the other being the confirmation of the 3070 Ti's memory size. Funny enough, it's the exact same size as the 3070, having 8 GB of VRAM. Outside of this little bit of leaked info, there's still no concrete idea of what these GPUs will be packing. But videocards.com does have an idea of what specs may look like, but time will tell if their theory is correct. And that's enough of speculation for now. Let's talk about something a little bit more concrete. For example, how Samsung is increasing their investment into chip manufacturing to $151 billion. This comes hot off the heels of South Korean President Moon Jae-in talking about how his country needs to catch up in chip manufacturing compared to the rest of the world. This goal has two parts. The first is establishing a K-chip belt, similar to how Taiwan has a science park for chip manufacturing. The second, and definitely the most surprising, is providing up to a 50% tax break to Samsung and SK Hynix to help speed up this development. In the same conference, Samsung announced an increase in their funding of chip manufacturing development from 133 trillion Korean won to 171 trillion won, or roughly $151 billion. This roadmap is currently laid out till 2030 and features a big change from DUV lithography to EUV method. With this change, Samsung will be able to start producing 7 and 5 nanometer chips. There will also be a big focus on training engineers to design silicone in South Korea as well, since they have a lack of people who can do so and have been outsourcing it to other countries. You know, maybe Samsung will finally get around to making that another note. But you know what phone is actually being made? The Pixel 6. Now this generation is going to be a pretty big deal for Google, since they will be breaking ties with Qualcomm Snapdragon and debuting their own Whitechapel chip. To accompany this change, Google is going to sport a fresh redesign, which I don't know how to feel about just yet. While still uncertain, there are several people saying the design is credible, but for the colors may change. The horizontal camera bar is strange and may take some time to get used to, but I like the practicality of it since now your phone won't teeter-totter on 3 points like Samsung or Apple's phones. While on the topic of Samsung and Google, they have seemed to partner up to create this Whitechapel SoC and general design. Looking at the center hole punch camera and the curved edges, the similarities are there, but it's still speculation for the moment. As for the specs, performance, and other juicy bits of info, no one knows just yet, but make sure to subscribe to see more developments on that front. And for the final topic, the US federal government is set to announce a $52 billion semiconductor funding plan. I won't get too deep into it since there is a lot that is still currently unknown, but there are little bits which are fun to compare to the South Korean plan. For example, the US plan is for 5 years, as where South Korea's is 10 years. They also focus on two vastly different kind of chips. US companies focus on chips made for high-performance computing tasks, while Korean manufacturers make chips designed for memory and storage. Even though each may be striving for different goals, it is nice to see an effort from everyone around the world to help solve the chip shortage that has been plaguing every person and industry for what seems like an eternity now. And with that, that's going to do it for this week's tech-related SALT. Make sure to like the video, subscribe for more tech content, and hit that notification bell. Follow us on Twitter at tech_for_thought. And if video games are more your thing, check out our affiliate, cultureofgaming.com, for all your latest gaming news, reviews, and opinion pieces. See you next time.